Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into your next romantic date. So I thought this would just be a fun little reading where we can kind of look into what your next romantic date might look like, who you're going to be going on the date with, and just any info that you may want to know before going into it. Getting into our disclaimers, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so some of the messages may apply quite specifically to you and your situation. Others of the messages may not apply to you. So if it feels like it doesn't fit your situation, simply just release it and let it go. Also keep in mind, guys, this is sort of a predictive style reading, meaning we're kind of looking ahead into the future to see what your next date is potentially going to look like based on the current energy. Keep in mind, though, that energy is shifting and changing always depending on the choices and decisions that you make in the present. And so you have control over your future. If you see something predicted out in this reading for you today and it doesn't sound like a date you want to go on, you ultimately have the power to say no thank you and choose a new path. All right. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. We have a choice between 3 readings for today's pick a card. For pile number 1, we will be working with this satin spar selenite crystal. For pile 2, we will be working with this strawberry quartz crystal. And then for pile 3, we have this Bumblebee Jasper. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about your next romantic date that you're going on. Go ahead and select the crystal or the pile that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hey pile 1, and welcome to your reading. If you guys selected this little selenite, or I think this is technically satin spar crystal, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking to see what your next date is going to look like, and make sure that you guys do stay till the end because I will be working with a couple of different decks to try to get some clues as to who is asking you out and who you're going to be going on this date with, for those of you that may not know. So joining energy, starting us strong of the date, is the energy of the 5 of Swords. The energy for you, my viewer, on this date is the Page of Pentacles. The person you're going on the date with is represented here by the 8 of Swords. Clarifying cards here, we have the message of honeymoon. We have this could be the one. And we have wedding. Curious pile 1. This is interesting energy already. So we're going to start here. I'm going to be layering on more cards as we go along. So what is going on with this date? Well, this definitely seems like you and this person are going to be in quite a secluded sort of area together. I'm seeing kind of this Page of Pentacles, how she's kind of standing here on this space, kind of surrounded by trees. I'm seeing here this person kind of sitting on a cushion here. And this energy of the honeymoon, the wedding, even this here with them inside this house, in this room together, it feels like it's definitely a more intimate sort of one-on-one setting that I'm seeing here between the two of you. It definitely seems like there is a certain sense of comfortability with the setting, whether it's a place you're familiar with already or just the space itself is really cozy. But the energies between you and this person are just really interesting. I actually see you, my viewer, coming into this date seeming really curious and just curious is the word with the Page of Pentacles. I think that this card, if this could be the one, is telling me that this is a person that you think may have some potential for a long-term connection, especially if you're single and this is somebody new. I can see my pile 1 viewers being this person could be really interesting to get to know a little bit more about. It's a very grounded energy, though, with the Page of Pentacles. It's very grounded. It's kind of like taking things slow. It's curious, but it's not like, passion or something that's like indicating you guys wanting to move super fast. It's very grounded energy that I see from your perspective. Now, I do think for some of you guys that you and this person may already be in a relationship, right? Because we have indications of honeymoon, wedding. This feels like a commitment here. And then this card is basically saying you've already met the romantic partner that you seek, right? So I think for some of my pile 1 viewers, you and this person may already be like either married or in a long-term sort of committed relationship. And I feel like this date could actually be about like you and your person just taking some time to kind of like decompress and spend some really quality time together, maybe in like a comfortable location, maybe even like in a vacation destination type of vibe as well, with this honeymoon energy and like the sea being here. But even if you guys are not in a relationship coming into this reading, and this is like potentially a new person, I do see that there is this energy of the 5 of Swords of like a struggle, like of being really in your head for both people coming into this. You guys actually seem a lot more grounded to me with the Page of Pentacles, but the Page of Pentacles, it's like very slow moving energy, and it's almost like the student. Like you guys, I feel, are going into this date wanting to like learn something about this person. Maybe there's some sort of information that you're trying to glean from them. But there's like this dynamic between the two of you of like kind of both people having their guard up, both people kind of being in their head about something. Maybe there's an issue here with vulnerability as well. We're going to see. We're going to get more info with more cards here. Now, your person is coming into this feeling really awkward with the 8 of Swords. Like they feel awkward about something. They feel, this person feels like kind of like stuck. And I do want to say, I think that for some of you who selected pile 1, this person may have some hangups around like marriage, or they may have some hangups around a previous marriage, an ex. Maybe for some of them, they're still in a marriage or still like maybe legally married to someone, because the 8 of Swords is just, it's giving this energy of a person who feels like their hands are tied, right? They feel like they're kind of stuck. They feel like they're kind of like, oh, this is awkward. Like it's almost slightly giving me an energy of a person who knows that they shouldn't be there, but they're there for some of you. Now, for others of you, it really could just be that this person is just nervous because it's a first date or something like that. And maybe there's something about like long-term commitment that's really heavy on this person's mind. And as I'm looking at this energy of them kind of like looking in the mirror and feeling really stuck, it could be that this is a person who still has not made up their mind about like whether or not they want to get married, or they haven't made up their mind around sharing something with you around marriage or weddings or something like that. So I'm not saying it's completely nefarious. We need to see. We need more energy here. So let's continue, pile 1. What else do they need to know about this upcoming date that they're going on? What is this about? Maybe for some of you guys, this is like a wedding that you're going to with your person. I could see that. And maybe this is something your person does not want to do with the 8 of Swords. Or something about the wedding is awkward for them. I don't know. There's a lot of different messages I'm getting for this reading. So we have the Puppet Master coming up. Let's get another one. Ooh, and then we have the document. You see, yeah, there's something weird with this person, you guys. There's definitely a flirtatious energy between you and this person, like where I think there's like this attempt to keep things very light and maybe even a little bit surface level between you two. But there's something weird with this document, because this is talking about like official and sometimes legal documents. And this is talking about separation, divorce. There's also contracts being involved here for some of you guys. Maybe this person's like a public figure or something like that for some of you, where like maybe they want you to sign an NDA, or they feel like you need to sign an NDA. I don't know why I'm getting that. I never think of stuff like this in readings, but I feel like that could be a situation here for some of you guys. But for a lot of you, there's something here about like official, like a divorce or separation or something like that this person may still be dealing with. And so maybe they're really in their head about like sharing this information with you really early on, or worried about what you're going to say about it. Like there's something that is making them feel awkward coming into this, or if they feel awkward about this topic. So it's probably just good for you to know, especially if this is a new person that you guys haven't met yet. It could be, they could still have some loose ends that they're working on tying up in their personal life. Now, you, my viewer, you're showing up here as the puppet master, which has some keywords here as well. I do kind of see this as you standing in your power and trying to ensure that you're in control of the situation. It is a little bit of an energy of playing games. And again, this is the energy between you guys with the Five of Swords. In this depiction, it really feels more like both of you guys really just being in your heads about things. But the Five of Swords can also talk about playing mind games, right? Like when we're playing mind games with one another. Sometimes it's not super intentional. It's not necessarily always done with malicious intent, but it's like this energy of not wanting to fully show your hand, or this light kind of flirtatious energy without really saying, like you're saying things that you don't really fully mean, or like innuendos or hints, kind of like subliminal communications and things like that. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know. I definitely see you guys like kind of being curious about this person, having questions to ask them, but ultimately there's definitely an energy coming up of you guys playing some sort of like quote unquote game. And it could just be as simple as like, I don't want to show this person that I like them yet. Like I don't want to show my hand yet. Okay. Let's continue. Pile 1. What else do they need to know about this upcoming alleged date that they're going on? I already feel like my pile 1 viewers are going to be like, I am not going on this. Which you have the free will to do, Okay. We have Leo's energy coming up. What else about this date for pile 1? We also have Seers. Yeah, I don't know. It's just so interesting looking at that person's energy. Because with Seers, I'm getting like maternal energy from this, like mother energy, or something to do with children as well. I do think too with Seers, you guys could be going out and getting food, like because this series does talk about food, like relationship to food. I wonder if this person, like if you guys are going out to dinner with them, maybe they have some weird like dietary restrictions that are making them feel uncomfortable too, or they could even be literally on a diet with the Eight of Swords, because I think of restrictions with the Eight of Swords, like holding yourself back a little bit. So yeah, that could be just like a random nuance that's coming up there. But I feel like with this Leo energy, you, my viewer, are showing up here. I feel like it's like the more dominant personality, like the more outgoing personality in this connection, at least on the first date or this specific date. And there's definitely something here for some of you guys around like being more assertive too, because this talks about asserting yourself in the Puppet Master, standing in your power. And the Leo energy is about standing in your power. It's about like, being yourself and being the leader. Maybe some of you guys are kind of the ones, like I could almost see you guys being the ones that kind of initiate planning this date. Or maybe you guys kind of give some sort of subtle hint to this person that you want them to take you out on a date. Because I just see their energy being a lot more like passive or receptive. And I see you all being more in your empowered sort of leadership type of energy with this specific dynamic here. So let's see. We'll get a few of these and then we'll close it out by trying to get some clues as to who this person is that you're going out with. So tell us more, please, Spirit, about Pile 1's next date and what is going on with this situation that they need to know. We have signs and synchronicities. This could be something where you travel by car, or like a car could be significant as well. We have home coming up. Maybe you're going to someone's house. Yeah, it's like that comfy, it's like this like comfy energy, being in a space that you feel comfortable, your home, your car. We have surrender. For some of you guys, I feel like you're splitting up with this person or something. Like there's a divorce between you and this person. And maybe you guys are meeting up to talk about like your assets with that legal document, and you guys feeling like you really have to assert your control because we have like a house, we have a car, like we have material possessions coming up here. And this person is very much like submissive to you in this situation. We do also have third party energy coming up. So there could be an external influence that you guys may or may not be aware of. But yeah, this is a really like, it definitely feels more deep, I guess, than just like a lighthearted fun date. You know, it feels like there's baggage here for some of you guys, or just some sort of business that's being handled with this person. That's the only way I can explain it to you. So let's close it out. I want to see who this person is. Let's get some clues for pile 1. Who are they going out with? Who is this person? We have Capricorn energy. So this person could be an earth sign or be a Capricorn specifically. We also have Aquarian energy. And then we have the year of the dog. We also have distant coming up at the bottom of the deck. So this person could be somebody that's been at a distance from you, or there's been some separation or some time apart, something along those lines. But yeah, like the more that I'm getting into this reading, pile 1, it definitely feels this is someone you already know and that you have some sort of loose ends to tie up with in a way. Let's see. One more for pile 1. Who is this person that they're going on this date with? The storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Making up tales that harm others. Are they a liar? Is that what's going on here? Maybe that's why they feel awkward. Maybe they haven't been truthful. Maybe they have some info to share with you with the storyteller. I also have the saboteur here at the bottom of the deck, which talks about fear of self-empowerment and self-destructive destructive behavior or the desire to undermine others. I think this person has self-sabotaging behaviors that they do. Pile 1, I think I'm going to end the message here. I hope that this made sense to you. I would really like to hear from you in the comments. Please comment below. Let me know what this is talking about and who this person is from your perspective. Because it definitely feels like this is someone that you all have known for a while already. If you guys are not already and you enjoyed the video, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you'll be updated once I post the next reading. And I look forward to seeing you there. Bye. Hey, pile 2, if you guys picked out this strawberry quartz crystal, this is going to be your message. So we are looking into your next date and all about this date and what you guys need to know. I will also be looking to see toward the end of the reading who you guys are potentially going out with. So let's jump in, starting with the tarot. So the overall energy of this date, or the joining energy between you and this person, is represented here by the Chariot. My viewers, your energy is here with the Knight of Wands. Your person being here with the Six of Pentacles. All right, let's get some clarifiers here. We have keep an open mind. We have passion. And we have chemistry coming up here. Ooh. Fun. Okay. So, pile number 2. I almost said pile 1. Pile 2. Lots of horses here that I'm noticing in your reading. So when I think of horses, I think of freedom. Maybe you are a person that has sort of traditionally really enjoyed your freedom in relationships, or this could be a person where you guys might decide that you like a more free-flowing sort of connection where you guys can both kind of be free spirits in a way. I do think, though, that you and this person have some differences. There's definitely chemistry. There's a lot of attraction. There's passion that I see on both sides. But I also think that you and this person are different from each other because we have this energy of keeping an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. And I'm noticing here in this Chariot card how we have two different color horses here. So there's definitely a high level of attraction with passion and chemistry. Both people are feeling that. But you guys do have different elements coming up, right? You guys being fire, this person being earth in the energy that I see here. So there's definitely, I think, an approach to relationships that's a little bit different between you and this person. There could be other things too around like physical appearance, especially noticing like the two different colored horses. Like physically, maybe you and this person are different from one another in some way, or just each, when it comes to like each other's traditional types, maybe you guys just don't fit that description physically. But the Chariot is definitely telling me that I feel this date could actually be a date that requires some travel for some of you, like travel by car, specifically with the Chariot. Or there could be something here about like being in the car on the date that is significant, or being on some mode of transportation. When I look at this, I also think about like that thing that they do in Central Park where you can like ride in the literal chariot in Central Park with being drawn by the horse. You know, so it could be something specific like that too, like a specific type of activity with horses or an activity with like cars or transportation is what I feel. Now, you, my viewer, showing up here with the Knight of Wands and passion, definitely a lot of like intense, passionate energy coming from you. And again, I think that you, my viewers, are the ones that are like maybe used to being like that free spirit in relationships and just kind of like approaching the situation with what feels good in the moment, right? Because the Knight of Wands can be really impulsive and it likes to feel good. It likes to go after the things that it's passionate about. Your energy is a lot more fast-paced, I see, as it pertains to this date and the excitement that you have around it. This person is a lot more grounded and practical in their approach, right? Because they have a Six of Pentacles here. The Six of Pentacles is going to be the type of person who is generous, but this is the type of person that can also be a bit measured, right, in the way that they are giving to someone else. And in this particular situation, they could be, especially if this is like an early connection or this is maybe like a first date or a second date, maybe you and this person don't know each other that well yet. I see them being a little bit cautious about giving too much too soon. And when I say giving too much too soon, I mean like giving their time, their resources, their energy with the Six of Pentacles. But there's definitely a magnetic attraction between the both of you. So let's continue here. What else does pile 2 need to know about this date that they're going on? We have hello. Okay. We have taking out the trash. Interesting. I kind of feel like you, my viewers, I don't know, this is so interesting because I feel like both of you guys have like attraction to each other and there's definitely chemistry here. But there's also like these messages just add a different layer of complexity into this. I feel like your person could be in kind of like a self-love or like a healing phase coming into this situation, which kind of makes sense as to why they're being a little bit measured in terms of like the effort that they're placing into things. It's just like it's a cautious energy that I feel. You know what I mean? It's not that they don't care, because I'm like being drawn to how like this man has his arm around the woman, but it just feels like a little bit like they're still getting rid of some baggage from the past. And so from their perspective, this could be why we have this energy of keeping an open mind, right? Because maybe this person has been hurt. Maybe they know they're still kind of healing and just like clearing old ties. And so them getting back out and dating is really huge. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that they want to do, but they're still a little bit cautious about it, about fully just like diving into something like you guys seem to be more open to doing. Now, I think you guys, while you might be really excited about this person and really attracted to them, there could be an energy of uncertainty as well on your part too with this keep an open mind. Like, again, I feel like there's just something about this person that's different than your typical type. And this energy is interesting because it talks about being distant, distracted, or deep in thought, detached, aloof, not feeling it. There's also a message here about music. So maybe you guys are like doing something with music. She's playing the drums here as well. So this date could have to do with something musical in nature too. But I don't know. It's making me feel like you guys are not completely certain either as to like whether or not this is like something more than just a person you could like have fun with and hook up with. You know what I mean? The other thing too is like I just worry for my pile 2 viewers that you might find this person a little bit boring because you guys just come across as being so high energy and fast paced and like someone who's really excited and passionate to be there. And this person is a little bit like I said, they're really grounded. They're going to be slower paced and they're taking a more like practical measured approach to this. So I feel like maybe you guys might find them a little boring on this date. I don't know. I could see that with this dynamic. All right, what else should pile 2 know about this date? We have Aries. Yes. Let's get another one. We also have the 10th house. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, I think, again, this date could also have to do with something with like physical fitness or like there's a lot of movement here. You know what I mean? With all the horses and the Knight of Wands. But yeah, I feel like you, my viewers, are like very confident coming into this. And I think you're also very focused on yourselves, right? Because Aries energy is about its self first. Not saying you're selfish. It's not a bad thing. I just take it as like you knowing what you want, and being really confident in that. This keyword here on this card is also to act, right? And that's what I see with you guys with the Knight of Wands. It's about wanting action, wanting things to move forward. Sometimes Aries can be a little bit impulsive, as can the Knight of Wands. So it's like acting on those impulses. Like I could see you guys being out with this person on a date and maybe like you're having dinner and then you guys wanting to like, hey, why don't we just grab a drink after this? Or let's go do something else. Like the Knight of Wands, it's a very free spirit and it just kind of goes with what feels good, right? And it can be a little impulsive. So that's kind of what I see in your energy. Just kind of wanting to go with the flow and just like do things that maybe you didn't plan, but that sound like they could be fun in the moment. This person with the 10th house, I think, is also a little bit measured because of career, right? So they could be really serious about their career. And with the 10th house, they could also be have some sort of concerns around their public reputation as well. This person could be like a public figure, or maybe they hold a really prominent position in their job, in their career, or they just could be the type of person that really cares about their public image and who they're kind of seen with in their life, whether it's romantic or not. So this definitely is a person who's quite career focused, but also like I think this adds a lot of context as to why they're being careful. It doesn't mean that they don't like you. They're definitely magnetically attracted to you with the chemistry card, but I feel like they have just gotten out of something whenever you guys go out with them, and that combined with the fact that they are very conscious of who they're allowing into their space. Because when I think of the 10th house, I also think of like their legacy, right? This is a person who's really thinking about their long-term future. So I think that's why they're so grounded in their approach, because they're thinking about like the long term, whereas I feel like you guys are more so like living in the moment. Does that make sense? Neither approach is wrong or bad. It's just different. And I think, again, this is why we have keeping an open mind being here. Okay, what else does pile 3 need to know about this date? And then once we get through this deck, we'll pull some cards to see who this person is. I feel like you guys could even like perceive this person as being not interested in you with that hello card. We have addiction coming up. Player. Excuse me? Okay. And then we have social media. Yeah, maybe you guys met this person on social media. But we have player energy coming up, and it's kind of both of you, to be honest. I think it's because your person is still not fully healed from their last situation. I don't necessarily see them as being toxic in a sense, but I think they're just still, their heart isn't fully open yet. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I feel like you, my viewers, are being a player a little bit with the Knight of Wands. Like you're in that player energy of just like maybe wanting to hook up, or like we've already talked about all the themes, right? Being impulsive, thinking with your libido more than like how this person is being very practical. You know what I mean? We have addiction here too. It's just making me feel like I feel like there's just something about this connection with this person that just feels really good. And I think with that addiction card, there could be like, this can also indicate that there's something about you guys that's just maybe a little different in terms of like what you're both wanting out of a relationship too, which we've kind of covered that. You know, it doesn't have to be anything literally bad. But when I see addiction there and I'm reading both of your energy, I think of like toxic relationship in the sense that like you guys might not be completely aligned with how you guys live life, you know, which we've kind of, you know, that was kind of the situation from the beginning with keeping an open mind. All right, pile 2. This is really interesting. I want to see if we can get some info on who this person is that you're going on this date with. Okay. So we have the Year of the Ox. Loyal, reliable, thorough, determined. Yeah, I mean, this is totally their energy with that 10th house and the 6 of Pentacles. We also have fleeting. This might be a person that you guys only go out on like a couple of dates with, or it moves, maybe this situation just moves really quickly. But I see that in your energy, pile 2. Let's see what else. We also have Cancer. That's so funny because look, we also have Cancer here. This person could be a water sign as well. But look at this, cautious. This person is cautious. Look, and we have Aries here as well. Very interesting. I also have to mention, I feel like you guys know this if you watch my videos, but these energies of you and this person could be flipped as well. So maybe this is their energy and this is yours. So take what resonates for you. It's a general reading, right? But yeah, I see this being a situation where like I feel it might not last a long time just as the energy stands today, because fleeting is making me feel like it's a quick fling, or it's like you go out on a couple dates and then you guys may go your separate ways. But I feel like a lot of it is because you guys are going to get bored with this person and just want to move on to think bigger and better things, or move on to someone that wants to move at your pace, you know? The other thing I wonder about is like, if you and this person already have an existing sort of thing going on, and this date, maybe this person decides they're going to walk away from the connection. because maybe there's just too many perceived differences. Because this card also says finally dumping that loser. Not that you guys are a loser, but it could be something like that too for some of you guys, where you guys meet up on this next date together and ultimately decide that you're each too different. All right, one more card for pile 2. Who is this person? What is their archetype? The Prince. Romantic charm and potential for power. Using power for self-aggrandizement. See, power coming up is really interesting with the 10th house of authority, right? Like, I do think this person is romantic. I do think they're charming. I do think they're going to be the type of person that pulls out the stops on a date. That, like, they do the chivalrous thing. They buy you flowers. They open the doors for you. They know how to treat somebody well when it comes to those things out in public. But I do think that this person has some hang-ups about, like, their public image. And I'm wondering if that could be potentially impacting this connection. But you guys will have to let me know in the comments. Like, is this someone that you've already been talking to? Is it someone that you think might be new that's coming into your life? It doesn't necessarily look to be all bad, And just because we only go on like 1 or 2 dates with someone, it doesn't, it's not the end of the world, right? It can be fun. But yeah, comment below. Let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading. And I'll see you then. Bye. Hey, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So if you guys selected the Bumblebee Jasper, this will be your message. And we are looking into your next date as the energy stands today. So let's jump right in. Joining or overall energy of this date is the energy of the King of Wands. For the energy of you, my viewer, we do have the 2 of Cups, which is beautiful. And the person you're going on the date with being represented by the Ace of Swords. Okay. Clarifying cards, we have the message of engagement. We have the message of deception coming up. Okay. And then we have worth waiting for. Okay, pile 3. This is already interesting. So, I definitely feel with this King of Wands here that this is an energy of like passion and chemistry between you and this person. And this also, like when I see a king, I think of leadership, right? I think of taking leadership. So there could be something about this date that the theme of leadership is infused here. And it's the joining energy, so it's both of you needing to take the lead on something here with this connection. I feel like with your person, it's to do with some sort of thoughts they're having. And for you, it's to do with something about being yourself, being authentic. The engagement is about like taking something to the next level, right? So whether it's like getting engaged or taking things from being boyfriend, girlfriend, from being like, just dating to like boyfriend, girlfriend or whatever it is. The topic that seems to be on the hearts and minds of both on this date has to do with taking things to the next step, escalating things to the next step. Okay. I feel like you, my viewer, like to me, it almost feels like this is a person that you guys have already been dating for a little while. And now we're like going on this date and there's some sort of conversation about, are things going to the next level? You know what I mean? So for you, my viewer, we have a 2 of Cups with deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. What I kind of feel is going on here is that you guys really want to be on the same page with this person. There's an emotional connection here from your perspective. I think you're really feeling this person. I think that there's a desire for you to be on the same page with them emotionally and like hold their hand and like all the beautiful love things. But the problem here is I feel like you guys are not necessarily speaking up and being honest about what it is that you want, right? And I think this is what you want, is to be together and to like be in a relationship with this person. but maybe you haven't felt ready to like just take the mask off and say that. Now, your person, we have an Ace of Swords, and then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this person on this date, I feel like they have some sort of aha moment or a realization about you and about this connection. And I think that they are formulating their thoughts about it. But I also kind of feel like they're holding back a little bit too, because it's like, it's worth waiting for. It'll happen in divine timing. You know what I mean? Like, they're not ready yet to express what they're thinking. That's what I feel. They're not ready to say what's on their mind yet, because this is like a new thought that's just formulated for them, or it's like a new sort of realization that they have had. So it's like, I think both of you are not being fully transparent, but in different ways. Like, I could almost see this being a situation where, like, you guys know that you want to be going to the next level with this person, and I think they do too, because it's the joining energy is engagement. But I feel like you guys aren't wanting to say anything about it because you want them to take the lead on it. See, the leadership, you guys are both kind of waiting to see what the other one does to take the lead. So interesting, pile 3. I'm trying to see also if we can get some clues about what this date actually entails. So we'll see. Initially, it almost kind of feels like it could be something really intimate, just the two of you, like in a private space or a secluded space. But let's see. What else does pile 3 need to know about this date? We have Wicked. That's interesting. And then let's see their person's energy, please. We have Shy. Yeah, I just think that you guys with this Wicked card, you're not being yourself. You're not telling the truth about something. Mischievous, naughty, harmful, dangerous, false portrayal, lie, cheat, beware. It doesn't mean like these are all really like aggressive and like dramatic descriptors. And these energies can be on a gradient, right? Maybe some of you guys that are watching for pile 3, maybe you know that there's some sort of a secret that you're holding back from this person. But I feel like for a lot of my pile 3 viewers, what this is really about is like this card of false portrayal, right? Like you're wearing a mask to this person for some reason, hiding either something that you want from them or hiding parts of yourself from them that you may be afraid that they're not going to accept. I think this group too, also, like maybe you could have like a mischievous sort of personality to you as well. Maybe that's just kind of like a personality trait of yours or a quirk of yours. I also kind of sense a little bit of like sexual energy from this as well for some of you guys. Now, this person, they have Shy, like they're nervous and they need a little bit of time to communicate with you about what they feel. But I also think this person could be, for some of you guys, still figuring out their feelings. You know, like they're having this realization about something with this connection, but they're not ready to fully express it yet. They need time to let this fully cook in their brain. I could also see this person like coming into this date thinking, yes, I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask pile 3 to be my person or whatever, but then maybe they second guess themselves. We also have Cheers. So definitely an energy of like going out on like a date, like well, obviously it's a date, but going out on like a proper date, if you will. Maybe even there's something you're celebrating with this person on this date. Let's see what else for pile 3. Their next date. What else does pile 3 need to know? The 6th house. Capricorn. Lots of earth energy here. We also have past life energy here with the South Node. This could be a person that you have like a karmic connection to, or maybe even a person from your past. Doesn't have to be like a bad thing. I know like the whole karmic label gets like a really bad reputation. Let's see. South Node, though, it could also be kind of just talking about like old habits, old patterns, old lessons that you've already learned that do not need or want to be repeated. And I feel that's like for you, my viewer, with this deception energy coming up here. Like there could be some sort of past behavior that it's like spirit is asking you to do it differently this time with this person, even if it feels a bit uncomfortable, you know? So 6th house, this has to do with like our health, our wellness, our day-to-day routines, physical fitness. So some of these could be themes that the date is centered around, right? Like it could be maybe you guys are doing something that has to do with like wellness or fitness or something to do with health. There also could be something like I'm looking at the keyword of sustainability, right? And when I'm thinking of this and looking at the other energies on your side of this reading, pile 3, I think for you there could be like a question of whether or not this connection is sustainable to your day-to-day routine, your day-to-day habits. Again, I kind of just feel like there's something about you, something about your energy that you're not fully, something about your personality with regard to these 6th house themes that you might not be fully wanting to divulge to this person yet. You're holding it back. So maybe it's something like, I'm also feeling like this looks very spiritual to me as well. It could be something to do with like spiritual practices that you guys do or engage with and how those things kind of work into your day-to-day routine. It could also be just a question of like compatibility around like those themes of the 6th house, like health, wellness, day-to-day work, things like that. But you definitely seem to have an emotional connection to this person. Now, this person has Capricorn energy, so both of you like seem quite practical here. 6th house, being the house of Virgo, which is an earth sign, but Capricorn is a very kind of driven, ambitious energy. This person could be very career-minded, and that could be something that's impacting their reasoning behind waiting to have this engagement conversation with you. This person could actually also be quite traditional, I feel, with the Capricorn energy being here. Like when I think of Capricorn, I think of traditional systems, right? They could be the type of person who, yeah, it's like maybe you guys have like these spiritual beliefs and this person is like a Christian or something, like it doesn't have to be specifically that, but there could be something about like your lifestyles or your belief systems that are a little bit different. That's what I feel. But Capricorn, it's slow moving energy too, right? Because it's earth energy. It wants to do things the quote unquote right way. So I think that also just kind of adds to this person taking their time with things. Let's continue. Pile 3. What does pile 3 need to know about this date? Proposal? Toxic relationship. Heartbreak. Ugh. Okay. I don't know, you guys. It almost feels like you guys are on different pages a little bit when I see these cards coming up. Like, it's weird because it's like there's all these indications that both people want to take things to the next level in some capacity. But then there's also these other things like toxic relationship is like not being on the same page, or there being some sort of an unhealthy with the South Node dynamic going on here. And we do have a lot of this deception energy on your side of things, pile 3. So it's just something to reflect on, right? Like, what is it that you're holding back from this person? Are you keeping a secret from them? Even if it's something as small as like just not being your true self, you know? It might be important to kind of reflect on that and ask yourself why you're doing that. Because there's this energy of wanting to take things to the next level, maybe getting engaged for some of you guys, literally, because it's coming up twice with engagement and proposal. But there's heartbreak energy. There's somebody here who's got hurt feelings about something. It's not clear to me what it is. But there's definitely some healing that's going on here. Let's see, pile 3. Who is this person? Let's get some info here. Who is this person that pile 3 is going on this date with? These readings have been so interesting because I feel like they've been so much more deep than I was expecting, you know? Okay, so we have a few things coming up here. So we've got the Year of the Rat. Intelligent, adaptable, resourceful, quick-witted, charming, artistic, and sociable. Cool. We also have the Year of the Rabbit. Trustworthy, empathic, modest, diplomatic, sincere, sociable, responsible, and caring. This definitely seems like a person who is sociable, but they're being shy with you for some reason. And then we have friend, acquaintance, or coworker. So maybe this is part of it. You know, maybe you guys actually met this person at work with the 6th house and Capricorn. And it could be maybe part of why this person is moving really slow. And maybe on your side of things, pile 3, maybe the deception is about like not wanting everybody at work to know that you guys are going out. I could see that too. Let's pull one of these archetype cards for them to close us out. All right, so for this person, for pile 3, who is this person that they are going on a date with? Show us this person's archetype. We have femme fatale. This is a person who's like really like trying to attract you in big time. We also have this mediator energy, which kind of makes sense with some of the keywords. We saw that this person's like really diplomatic, but I feel like this almost feels like more your energy, pile 3. These energies could also be flipped, right? Like you could resonate more with this side and they could resonate more with that side. Let me get another one. What is this person? This, to me, this femme fatale almost feels like it's the wicked energy that we were channeling for you. So who is this person that pile 3 is going out with? Let's see. The teacher. What? Okay. Maybe it's like a student-teacher thing. I don't know. Like, there's definitely something about the dynamics here, like the power dynamics with the femme fatale and the toxic relationship that could be a little questionable, maybe. Like maybe this person is in a position of power. You know, we have this spiritual energy here as well. Someone like at church or just like in a spiritual community. But like, yeah, this person could be like a trainer, a teacher, an instructor of some sort, or like a mentor. I feel this is your energy. Like you're really attracting this person in. Pile 3. I feel like they're in a position of power, kind of. And I feel like that could be part of what's really attractive to you. Pile 3, I don't know. This is so interesting. I am like dying to know. Comment below. Do you know who this person is? Any ideas? Does it feel like it fits your current situation? Let me know. I'm super curious. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so you'll be updated when I post the next reading. And I do look forward to seeing you there. Bye.